told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue.
Hi everyone, welcome back again to Challenge Learning Turkish session 22. In this session, I'm gonna talk about the negative form of reported past tense that we covered in previous session. Okay, now let's see how it works. So, indefinite past tense, of which the negative form will be the topic of this session. So remember, it is called as mişli, geçmiş zaman, or mişpas in Turkish. So as you may remember, the indefinite past tense, it was about the events in the past that we didn't witness personally, and the negative form shows actions or events not completed or happened in the past that are not witnessed or experienced personally by the speaker. Speaker here reports events or actions not completed that she learns from other sources, that is human or material. In this form, as different from affirmative form that we learned in previous session, we add negative suffixes ma, me, pay attention, between the verb root and reported past tense suffixes, which were mış, miş, depending on the vowel harmony rule. Please note that this time we are using only two tense suffixes of reported past tense, mış, miş, out of four used in affirmative form. So now let's see the order of the structure. In the first place, verb root, which is followed by negative suffix. Remember, this is the negative case of the reported past tense. So after verb root, there comes negative suffixes ma, me, and after that reported tense suffixes mış or miş are added, and finally personal suffix ends the structure. So verb root, you will remember, is formed by removing the last three letters mek or mak from the infinitive form of the verb. Depending on the last vowel of the verb root, one of the negative suffixes ma or me, which is followed by one of the tense suffixes mış or miş, is added to the verb root. Finally, we add the personal suffixes im, sın, sin, is, ız, sınız, siniz, lar, ler, following the tense suffixes depending on the subject pronoun we use. Okay, now let's see an overview of the conjugation of the verb in reported past tense. So if the last vowel letter of the verb root is any of these in the first line, a, o, or u, then the reported past tense suffix will be mış for all subject in the first line, and the negative suffix following the verb root will be ma. Remember, they were two kinds. Okay, so and it will take the form of mamışım, mamışsın, mamış, mamışız, mamışsınız, mamışlar. Pay attention, only personal suffixes changes here depending on the subject pronouns. And for the second group vowel letters, so this is two-way vowel harmony rule. So in the second line, e, I, ö, ü. For this type, the negative suffix will take the form of me, and reported past tense suffix miş instead of mış for e, I, ö, ü. Then the structure for first person singular pronoun is memişim and memişsin, memiş, memişiz, memişsiniz, memişler for the remaining subject pronouns. So again, only personal suffixes changes depending on the subject pronouns here. Now let's see sample verb. Our sample verb is bozmak, which means to break. The root is boz, so the last vowel in the verb root is o. So negative suffix ma. So together with the reported past tense suffix mış takes the form of mamış and ends as mamışım for pronoun ben together with the personal suffix. So now let's see in sentences the sample verb. Ben televizyonu bozmamışım. I didn't broke the TV. Sen televizyonu bozmamışsın. You didn't broke the TV. O televizyonu bozmamış. Remember, for third person singular pronoun there is no personal suffix to add. So o televizyonu bozmamış. He or she didn't broke the TV. Plural forms, biz televizyonu bozmamışız. We didn't broke the TV. Siz televizyonu bozmamışsınız. Onlar plural form. Onlar televizyonu bozmamışlar. Remember, for third person plural pronoun, personal suffixes are optional. We can either use it or omit it. Okay, now let's go on with sample verbs. The first verb is yemin etmek, which means to swear, and the second is suç işlemek, commit an offense. So, onlar bana yemin ettiler. Onlar herhangi bir suç işlememişler. So, işlememişler. They swore to me. Onlar bana yemin ettiler. Yemin ettiler. They swore to me. Bana. Onlar herhangi bir suç işlememişler. They didn't commit any offense. Note that first part sentence here is definite past tense. So T here is the variant form of the simple past tense suffix D. So ST. I personally witnessed their saying, I personally witnessed their swearing to me. But second part is indefinite or reported past tense. I only report an event that I have learned from them. I learned that they didn't commit any offense. For that reason it translates into Turkish with reported past tense suffix. Telefon etmek, binmek. Kızım bana telefon etti. Simple past tense suffix. O sabah 8 trenine binmemiş. Reported past tense suffix after negative suffix. So here the translation is kızım bana telefon etti. My daughter phoned to me. O, she sabah 8 trenine binmemiş. Didn't get on the 8 o'clock train in the morning. So the first part is the event I personally witnessed that my daughter phoned to me. This is the part which I personally witnessed. But the second part, o sabah 8 trenine binmemiş. She didn't get on the 8 o'clock train in the morning. I only learned this fact from what she tells me. So for that reason it translates into Turkish with reported past tense suffix. Bilgilendirmek, iptal etmek. Belediye başkanı basını bilgilendirdi. Öğleden sonraki toplantıyı iptal etmemiş. Mayor informed the press. So I personally witnessed this fact because I was the press member in this press meeting, for example. But the second part, he didn't cancel the afternoon meeting. So I learned this fact when mayor informed. So until now, I assumed that the press meeting was cancelled. For that reason, it translates into Turkish with reported past tense suffix. Öğrenmek, yalan söylemek. Ben arkadaşımdan öğrendim. Onlar bana yalan söylememişler. I learned from my friend. They hadn't lied to me. So ben arkadaşımdan öğrendim. Simple past tense suffix. I person witnessed. Onlar bana yalan söylememişler. So the fact that they didn't lie to me, I learned only when they informed me. For that reason, it is reported past tense suffix. Konuşma yapmak. O konuşmasını İngilizce yapmamış. So I didn't personally witness that he didn't make his speech in English. I only heard this fact from other sources such as friends or news. Söylemek or sinonimli anlatmak, ziyaret etmek. O bana anlattı. Onlar beni hastanede ziyaret etmemişler. So, o bana anlattı. He told me. Onlar beni hastanede ziyaret etmemişler. They didn't visit me at the hospital. I wasn't aware of the fact that they didn't visit me in the hospital. I was assuming that they visited me when I was intensive care unit, for example. But later when they told me that they didn't visit me in the hospital, I learned this fact from them. For that reason, it is reported past tense. Seyretmek, to watch, uyumak, to sleep. Ben dün televizyon izlerken uyumamışım, çocuklar söyledi. So I didn't sleep while I was watching TV yesterday. Kids told me. So until kids told me, I was assuming that I slept while watching. So I become aware of this fact when kids told me this. Yapmak, to make or did, duymak, işitmek. Testte iyi yapmamışsın. Ben arkadaşından duydum. You didn't do well on the test. I heard from your friend. So here the second part is made with simple past tense suffix, but the first part is with reported past tense suffix. Why? Because I personally heard from your friend. So I personally witnessed this fact. So this is simple past, but the first one, the fact that you didn't do well on the test, I only heard this from your friend. So I didn't witness this event personally. Okay, another important fact was about another usage of the reported past tense. It was when you talk about something that you have just learned or become familiar with, as different from affirmative form. This time we add değil before tense suffix. Remember, this reflects kind of surprise or excitement. So when you first time meet with something that you weren't aware of the situation until now. So, bahsetmekte olduğun araba bu muydu? Çok muhteşem değilmiş. So, is this the car that you have been mentioning about? It is not very gorgeous. So, previously you were talking about your car, so with many positive ways, but I haven't seen your car until this time, and when I see your car first time, so I am kind of disappointed, because so you told me before that it was very wonderful car, magnificent car, gorgeous car, but when I see it, so I'm kind of disappointed and say, so çok muhteşem değilmiş, it is not very gorgeous. So I have just seen it, I have just become familiar with your car, and I don't agree with you on its positive sides. So in this case, you have just noticed that your friend's car is not very gorgeous, and you use indirect past tense to declare this. Muhteşem, harika, gorgeous. Okay, important again, we continue. Bu kardeşin mi? Çok yakışıklı değilmiş. So you always told me that your brother was a very handsome man or boy, but when I see him the first time, I realize that it is not so handsome, he is not so handsome as you told me before. So I express my disappointment kind of, or surprise. So this is your brother? He is not very handsome. Okay, again, let's close the session with the idiom of the session. So the idiom is ne öyle ne de böyle. Ne öyle ne de böyle, which translates as neither fish nor flesh. Okay guys, thank you again for being with me during the lesson. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. If so, please don't forget to click on like and subscribe to the channel. Gelecek slaytta görüşmek üzere. Bye bye.